Hello. It's been a little while since I've done a video. I think maybe about a week. It was just that kind of week. But I did get some happy mail. One I knew was coming, and the other was a total surprise. So I thought I would just hop on here and do a short video, and try and get back into the swing of things. Uh, kind of put. Uh, the short of it is, it's just more bad stuff that happened. And so I'm trying to kind of diffuse the frenetic energy I feel about it. The situation is not totally resolved, so I've just been kind of keeping to myself. And, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer for anybody, so. But I don't want to let these go into the next week without acknowledging them because they were super sweet. And my desk is a mess. I am sorry about that. It's just really been that kind of week. So I think I'm okay saying who the first one is from, because I think once everybody sees it, they're going to know exactly who made it. This is from Kristi Mandala, and so she contacted me a week or so ago, not that long ago, and you can see my hands are super dirty, I'm sorry. And asked me about a pinup card of a witch, and of course I said yes, because I love all things witchy and pagan, and it's just super cool. So I was expecting a card in an envelope, and as you all tend to do, I was completely floored by what was in the package, which was so sweet of her. I was really just expecting the card, so she sent me this card, which I assume is handmade because it's in her style. And I think that's watercolor on a card with some washi tape. It's super cool. I love it. I love the color green. And she put a sweet note in there. And, so I got the card, which is amazing. I will have to reuse that for something because how can you not? And then this is the card that she asked me about. So it's a 1950s, or let's see, 1958. So it came from a deck set of pinup cards. And so she's the witchy one. And I was super happy to get it. Isn't she just the coolest? So I don't know what I'm going to do with her yet. But something definitely special because she's awesome. And the back has a little blurb about the artist. Which is also awesome because I don't know much about people who did pinup art, so that was an extra bonus, but I am so excited about that. In addition to that, she sent me this sweet little ATC card, and it says, "Find joy in the ordinary," which is just my kind of message, and then it's got, her information on the back about when she made it, and I put on the bottom the date that I received it so that I could remember when I decide what I want to use it for. But it's a nice thick one. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's got some collaging and a cute little piggy and just all kinds of fun stuff going on there. I really love it. And then I think you can see the last thing here. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at those colors. I hope that this is on screen. Let me see what we've got going on. Oh yeah, that's on screen. I'll push it up a little bit more. I put this back in the little plastic envelope-y thing so it doesn't get scratched up. And I think I'll actually slide this little witchy card in there as well until I decide what exactly I want to do with them. Oops, sorry. So sorry about that. It's it's almost the end of the time I can be making noise. It's almost time to put on headphones because there's not much insulation between the units here, and I try and be considerate of my neighbor who has a completely opposite schedule from us because he works in a bar. So I try to be considerate of what's inconvenient for him in terms of noise. I don't always get there, but I try. So this last one is one of her mandala paintings on a board, and she signed it, and she says it's for me, and she made it in August, so this is super, super amazing. I love these colors, purples and pinks, and the yin yang, just awesome. And then this other mandala on the side, the spiral, it's gorgeous. I love it. I kept petting it. I've been petting it since I got it. It arrived on the 5th and it's the 8th, so it's taken me 3 days to get around to this video. But on it, it says, "You are enough." And that is such a sweet message to send. I totally love it. I'm going to put this in a special place where I can see it all the time. And she did send a little easel with it. Isn't that sweet? So I can put it and have it sitting up. So it's super cool. I love it. I'm going to cherish it because I just feel so amazed at the generosity, you know, because it was unexpected. I knew I was getting a card, but, you know, I always expected people just do what they say, and to get something extra and something that was, you know, made for me was just amazing. Thank you so much. And so now that I'm crying a little bit, because that's how I roll, I will show you the second thing I got. And this came, I got an envelope from Miss Pearl, and I was like, I didn't order anything from Miss Pearl. I don't think I've been to a sale of hers in a couple of months. And I opened it up, and it had a little note on it. And it was from NaTasha, and she sent me this, which is a plastic, or part of a plastic lace tablecloth. So, honestly, this is super hideous, but I think it will be really great for getting some designs on some papers for coffee and tea dyeing. It's plastic, so it'll be easy to clean up. I don't have to worry about it stiffening it up with starch or glue, and I don't have to, you know, do any prior preparation. I can just use this as is. And it's a pretty, you know, big size piece. It must have been a round tablecloth. So look at that design right there. Isn't that gorgeous? That'll be so fun. So I'm going to cut it apart to fit the container that I got. And I'm going to really try to do a test run of that dyeing technique that's going around. I think it was Medieval Mirage that started it. But yeah, I'm going to cut this to kind of fit the container as best I can. And get the lacy portions to use. I don't know how the netting would show up, because there's like a netting that holds all these lacy pieces together. And it is, yeah, it's a solid background, but it has this fine texture to it that might show up on paper if you like kind of pushed it in. I don't know. We'll see. But this other design will definitely show up. So yeah, I'm going to cut that to fit the container I bought. I'm not going to show the things I got. And I wanted to say that thank you to the person who helped me achieve that. The items that I ordered did come, and they are here. They've been here since Friday. I just had some paper already brewing, basically. I was finishing up 2 lots. And so I'm starting it, actually once I finish filming this video, because I wanted to film it, because I'm going to need to cut this up, and I'm going to do my test run with this and some other things. So I got some plastic lace placemats. I only got 6 because that's what I could afford. But I think I have some other things laying around that I can use for texture as well. So I want to try and create a big batch and see how it goes, how long the method takes, what kind of results you get. I'm sure it will be a learning curve, the same as making the tea and the dip dye batches. You know, it takes a while to perfect how you like to do things. So you can see the netted texture a little bit. And this part is actually see-through, but this other part here, it has some texture on it, but it's actually a solid plastic background, so there's no actual holes in the netting. It just looks like there is. But yeah, so it's very hideous, but it will be perfect for what I need to use it for. And then I'm going to figure out what I need to use, because I don't think I have enough of any one type of PVA glue to use it to stiffen up the doilies that I have from before. because it's a little too floppy and it absorbs too much liquid to use as is. So I will definitely need to either throw massive amounts of starch at it, but I'm thinking just to stiffen it up with glue and let it cure for a few, like a week or so. And then maybe give it several coats. So it'll be probably a few weeks before I can do that. I am going to test out those green placemats that I got from Tammy Menda's sale when I modded for her, because they're thinner and I don't think they'll absorb as much liquid. So I'm going to test with one of those for this batch and see how it works. If it doesn't work, then I can wash it out and dry it, and I can do the same. I can make it stiffer with some glue, and then maybe some, I think it probably will need some spray sealer over the top, because even waterproof glue is just waterproof. If it's soaking all the time, it's going to loosen up. So I'm thinking maybe a couple coats too of a sealer after it's been glued to the ever-living daylights of itself. So I will see what kind of papers I get out of this, and I will show my results, and then I will show the things that I think I can use. I want to test it before I really talk about it. And Medieval Mirage, in my last video where I was doing the coffee tea dye stuff, her video is in there. So she goes through the whole process. It's a 3-part series. I linked the first part, and so usually if you go watch it, it'll offer you the second part after, and then the third part. It's fairly in-depth. You can speed through parts of it. It is kind of lengthy, but it's a very good demonstration of how she does the paper and how she gets her effects. So if you want to know what I'm talking about specifically, since I'm not showing anything but this tablecloth, I would recommend you go watch her video. She's an amazing YouTuber. She's an amazing Etsy seller, and you should definitely support her channel. She is the maid of awesome, as are many of you. Thank you to NaTasha for this generous and completely unexpected gift. It just showed up, and I was like, I didn't order anything from Miss Pearl. Why would she be sending me something? And I thought it was a mistake, obviously, until I opened it up. So I have my yummy Kristi goodies, my mandala painting, and my little cards, and and the card she made as well, which is quite lovely. So I'm super excited. I could not, despite all of the kind of icky things going on right now, which I may talk about in a later video. I would like to see the situation resolved before I talk about it. But the crux of it is that we may be receiving notice from our management company that that they're not going to continue month to month with our lease. He wants us to sign a lease for more money than we're already paying, or he's going to give us a 30-day notice, and we're probably going to have to sign the lease, because I don't have, with my medical issues, I don't have any savings, and so we couldn't in 30 days, and it would obviously be from November 1st, because it's already past the beginning of the month. But it's kind of an unpleasant situation, and so I'll probably do a video every day, a short one, showing some things, but I'm probably, I don't think NaTasha's back yet, so I don't have to worry about not going on the live at this minute, but I just won't be online as much because I'm super stressed out about the situation, and signing the lease for a year at the new amount, which is, again, they just raised our rent 4 months ago, and then some things happened around the property, so they've decided to give out new leases and increase the rent based on the situation, which was not everyone's. The person for the reason and the person involved was not the entire complex, but basically we're all going to pay for it or move. And I don't even know if they're making everybody, saying that to everybody. But I was particularly vocal about the situation because it affects our side of the building. So we're just trying to figure out what to do, because the new rental amount that we were already paying was maxing out our budget, and this will make things even more difficult. So I'm going to shut up now because I'm getting all anxious about it again. Um, thank you so much for my goodies, NaTasha and Kristi. This is just amazing. I love, love everything you sent, and I will get so much use out of this tablecloth. It is awesome. So, thank you so much if you watched to the end. Thank you for letting me vent. Whatever time of the day or night you are watching this, I hope that you are having an amazing time. However you are spending your time these days, whether it's working or playing or being in a caring role or some combination of all those things, I hope that it brings you joy and happiness. Until the next time that I see you in a live stream or on another video here, I wish you happy crafting. Bye!